Here's our wine. It's coming at some point, right? And in today's wine club poured by H-E-B, we are highlighting bottles that are refreshing just in time for that great patio weather this spring, Courtney.
Well, it's here. We're going to have our H-E-B wine specialist join us a little bit later for the tasting. But first, we'd like to get to know today's wine club members from Briar Meadow. Please welcome husband and wife duo, Randy and Sylvia. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you.
Hi, guys. We're great. Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. You guys are zooming in from Briar Meadow. We understand that you're fans of the show, even from the Galleria days.
Yes, when we go by, my son and I would go through there and we'd try and like wave at y'all and get y'all to look, but you didn't.
Oh my God. We were probably
too busy.
Yeah, getting yelled at. Yeah, that's okay. Listen, the two of you have such a great story. I was just reading the notes. You've been married for 25 years. You got married back in 1996. And Sylvia, I understand you're originally from the Houston Sharpstown area. One of your first jobs was at Astroworld.
Yes.
I
had the best job at Astroworld. Astroworld did a yearbook to give to everybody. And so my job was to do the yearbook. So all I had to do was walk around and take pictures of everybody.
Oh, how fun.
We need to hang out because I want to see that yearbook. And then you went on to work for another legendary company, Continental Airlines.
I did. I was with them for 22 years.
Oh, my goodness.
And I get to say Continental because I retired just before United took over. So I say Continental. I'm actually what you call an ex-con.
Oh, I get it. Very funny.
Okay, Randy, you're from a small town in North Carolina. You work in the oil field, and we've learned a fun fact about you. You're born on Halloween, so you have tons of costumes, but you said that you knew you were going to marry Sylvia right at the first time you guys met?
Yeah, it's actually a pretty cool story. I moved to Houston from North Carolina August 22nd, 1989, and not much longer after that, I went to a club by the name of Yucatan Liquor Stand. So I was walking around the bar that night, and I saw this drop-dead gorgeous woman, and fortunately, I went up to her and offered her a shot instead of a beer, because little did I know that night it was dollar beer night. So she took me up just because a shot was $3.50. And the funny thing about it, she was, not only was she gorgeous, but she was just so funny. And I just had this feeling that, you know, one day we'd get married, and it took about 7 years for that to happen. But that was primarily my fault. I was really slow about accepting the reality of marriage, shall we say. Commitment was kind of tough.
Well, and fast forward to today, you both have two boys in college, and it looks like, based on that shot glass collection behind you, that tradition has continued.
Actually, that's I started that. I traveled a lot. I worked for Oracle Corporation when I came down here in '89, and I worked for them until '97, and I traveled about 80% of the time. So every place I went, I always got a shot glass.
I love it.
And
it's like a good coffee cup
got
collection.
About 300 maybe.
That is fantastic. Okay, guys, don't go anywhere. Randy and Sylvia, stay right there, because after the break, our H-E-B wine specialist is going to join us. We're going to get to that tasting with some springtime wines.
Oh, can't wait for that. We will be right back. We have been hanging out with Randy and Sylvia, husband and wife duo, and members of our wine club poured by H-E-B. And all of us are now joined by H-E-B wine specialist Ryan Robinson, who is sharing some must-sip wines for springtime. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us. And I understand you work at the H-E-B in the Meyerland Market.
Correct. Yeah, we've been open for a little over a year now. So it was a fun year to open with COVID and everything.
Yeah, interesting time. I know you've been doing this for many years. So let's jump right into the wines today. Courtney and I tasted the white earlier, and I believe that's what we're going to start with.
Yeah, so this is, like you said, Derek, this is a perfect springtime wine. This is White Knight, Viognier, and just immediately you can tell the beautiful floral notes on the aroma, some really nice like yellow peach. Just reminds you of wanting to jump in some cool water and get your spring started right.
It really is a beautiful glass. And Sylvia and Randy, what do you think of this one?
We were just talking about that we could enjoy this out by the pool when all this rain goes away, but it was a great wine for that.
It's very light. And by the way, $9 for this bottle of wine. Fantastic. I think it drinks much more expensive.
Oh, absolutely. If you've got a shrimp boil or something like that coming up, I would say grab a couple of bottles of this one.
Perfect for a warm day. Randy and Sylvia could shoot it between shots. I'm kidding. Okay. Now we have
You're
a
a lying
red.
young man.
Ryan, you have better pronunciation than all of us. Is this the Tableau Paso Robles?
Yes, Tableau. You nailed it. Tableau Paso Robles. Absolutely.
Awesome. So this is a California wine, and I'm reading in my notes, chocolate, tobacco smoke. So this is sort of a rich, red, smooth finish.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. This is a big old boy. Smoky, meaty. I mean, even looking at the color of it, it's dark, it's heavy, it's very robust. Definitely a barbecue wine for sure.
Yeah, it's going to pair well with something spicy or big, bold flavors. Okay, Randy, Sylvia, you're doing your tasting. What do you think?
It's really good. This is my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You had me at tobacco.
Okay.
You nailed it. Yeah, absolutely. Hints of tobacco for sure.
Well, listen, we're
Yeah.
tight on time, but I just want to thank each one of you. I mean, Courtney and I love interacting with our viewers, and Ryan, experts like yourself. I know during this time of Zoom, nobody ever thought we would be screen to screen instead of face to face, but this was a lovely little tasting. So thanks so much for spending part of your afternoon with us.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Thank you.
everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Cheers
If
to
you would
many
like to
more
join,
years of marriage,
I
too.
know.
Sorry
Yes,
about that.
absolutely.
There you go.
Well, if you'd like to join our Houston Life Wine Club poured by HEB, it's so easy. Just visit our website to register, and then we're going to have exclusive giveaways. That's where you can access that. We'll even have a chance to be part of our virtual tastings as well.
Like
just
the
like
one we just had.
Yeah.
Very nice. I feel like we're finishing each other's sentences today. And as a reminder, you can find today's featured wines at your local HEB.